Hola, canales. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good weekend. Um, I wasn't sure if I was gonna do this video, but I was hanging out with these guys over the weekend.
Oh, hello.
Hi, how we doing?
Hey, bye. We're here.
We here. We going. Oh, do you have a front camera?
Yeah, man.
Fucking A. Where are we going?
We're going on an adventure.
Look at that.
Might have had a rain. We go to this time we go. My wife, rain don't settle, we can turn on the camp.
No, well, we're going to Hamilton
Hamilton.
to go to Leighton, aka Uncle Tix's engagement party.
To the party.
To the party.
Is it outside, bro? Because if it's raining, fuck, that sucks.
Yeah, he said we were going to be sitting outside on launches.
Oh,
What's something you're grateful for today?
I'm grateful for just being alive, bro.
Yeah.
Being alive, not having a heart attack, not letting that grease stop into my veins and cause me a stroke. No. I'm thankful for, honestly, I'm thankful for having time with my boys. I haven't had the chance to see them in ages. I think it's probably last time we hang out was like 4 months ago. So just happy to be hanging out with my bros. Makes me happy. Why you crying, Muskie? Why you crying?
That's the shittest thing to be grateful for. I'm grateful for my boys.
Grateful for my boy.
Nah, I love you, bro.
We love you too. Hey, what's good?
What are you grateful for?
Man, where do I start, man? Just life, man. It's just you have your ups and downs. You have your sideways, your quarterways. But sometimes you fall down. You just gotta pick yourself up. I find that I always fall down and I fall, but I land on my cock. So always have a huge cock. That's my advice for the day. Is that the answer? No?
Yeah, well, I was like, what are you grateful for? But you know what? Having a huge cock, everyone's grateful for that.
Every single day, bro.
Well,
I don't know how that feels, though, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be thankful.
Same here, but I don't know.
that's crazy.
We went to Uncle Tick's engagement party, and it was beautiful. But that day, something that has happened twice in my life came back. To give you a little bit of context of what I have, a few years ago in 2022, it's so ironic and it's so silly that it happened to me, but it could happen to anyone. So, I used to live in a house in Avondale, and we had a bit of a issue with the toilet, and it was a whole mess, and they came to fix it. They ended up messing everything up, and then in the end they had to get contractors to come and fix everything. And during that time that the toilets were getting fixed, there was no shower, there was no toilets, so the contractors put off like those toilets that those how you call it, but you know which toilets, the ones that are for construction, that kind of type. And they put us a shower as well, so it was a shower and a toilet together kind of type. And I was playing with my kids. I was playing with my kids on the grass. It was just a normal day. Nothing, nothing in particular. And I don't know what happened. I don't know. It's one of those things that you never pay attention. I stepped. I don't know if I stepped on a rock or I just grazed myself with a rock on my foot. And at the time, whenever I get stressed, everybody has their own ways that your body tells you, hey, you're stressing out too much. And for me, money's always been something of us. Every parent can relate. Money's always, even if you have it, you know, you always want to give everything to your loved ones. And at the time, we were we were going through so much in our family and money and everything. So anyway, I was completely absorbed um, in stress. So I tend to get uh, like little bubbles on my hands and on my feet. And nothing happens with the bubbles. You can, yeah, I have them again. Um, um, it's just a reaction. I went to the doctor and they were like, put some cream, but it's just a reaction because I thought I had like athlete's foot because it looked like athlete's foot, but I had it on my hands. So I was like, now that I have hands foot, why I don't have body, body, athlete's body. That'd be cool. So anyway, I didn't ever realize that I cut myself on the foot. Minimum cut. Honestly, I'm pretty sure you Kiwis love to be walking around barefoot everywhere, so I'm pretty sure you get every now and then those little, you know, uh, graces or cuts or whatever. To me, was something like that, and because we were playing outside, I got all muddy, and we got all muddy and everything. Um, my wife was very strict where the kids would take a bath. So she didn't allow them to use that toilet to take a bath. So she would literally bathe them. We had a little bit of a bigger sink. So she would put our little one on the sink. And my daughter, she literally would stand up on a big bucket next to the sink and she would take showers there. So I was the only crazy guy and my wife. But she was like super like she was almost like wearing full wrapped around in plastic, going into the shower. Me, you know how men we are, we use me, I can do this. So I literally went barefoot, got into that toilet, took a shower. I was teasing everybody because it was just a warm shower, I was like, I just took because the shower had a boiler, so it was like, I just took a heated shower for like 20 minutes. Just joking, blah, blah. And nothing happened. We went with our days normally. But then 2 days after, um, as you know, my wife does the tacos. So that time she went by herself to sell the tacos with another friend to help her, and I stayed at home with my kids. Those days we were doing the night markets. So um, I don't remember which market she went, but I think it was on Wednesday, some stuff like that. Anyway, I don't know why I thought it was relevant, but I was alone with my kids. And my little one was like, can we go get an ice cream? And I was like, oh, yeah, of course, let's go get an ice cream. So we went to McDonald's, cheaper option. And I took him to get his ice cream. And I remember we went to the one in Kelston. And we were there. My kids were playing in the kids section and they had the ice cream and everything. And then my kid then came back and he was like, I'm hungry. And I was like, oh, mom wouldn't be happy if we eat burgers. So let's go home and we have dinner at home. I was like, but I'm so hungry. And I'm like, okay, I'll buy you some chips. And I was like, okay. But he was all, it was all dirty and everything. So I told him, I was like, let me clean you up. So I pick him, when I try to pick him up to kind of like set him up on the chair, I felt like I felt like a cramp, I don't know. Uh, people over people over 25 years old can vouch for this, especially men that never drink water. You get those middle of the night cramps that just wake you up. You're like, ah, my God. It was like that, but 10 times. I don't know. I felt it all the way to my butt. Like it was just like I clenched everything. I was like, oh. And even my daughter was like, "You okay, Dad?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So I cleaned my son, and I kind of like limped myself to get his chips. Um, my daughter wanted to go with a friend of hers, and so I thought, "Oh yeah, let's go." So I took her to one of her friends with my son, and while they were playing, I was chatting with the mom, and the mom was like, "You okay?" And I was just like, "Yeah, why?" And she's like, "You look pale. Like you look." And I was like, "You know what? I think." Oh, I hope it's not COVID because it's like I'm feeling like I'm a fever, And she was like, "Well, if you're feeling like that, you shouldn't be driving because you look really bad. Like, are you sure you can drive?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." So I grabbed my kids, went home. Um, when we got home, um, um, and obviously they didn't take a shower because I was waiting for mom for that. So we get them to put their PJs, and we were just gonna watch a movie. And I was like, "Oh, I need to rest my leg." So I sat down with both of them on the couch, and I put up my leg up because it felt like a cramp, like the cramp wasn't going away. And I was like, "Oh my God, what is this?" And then they were falling asleep, so I took them to their beds and blah blah. I went down to wait for my wife because I would help her to unload the things for the car. But I don't remember hearing her arriving, and she saw me completely flat out on the couch, so she didn't wake me up. So she got everything out and everything. And then she woke me up and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Why?" And she's like, You're moaning. Like you're literally moaning, like in pain." And I was just like, "Oh, no, I don't know. I think I have a fever, I took some Panadol, but you know." And she was like, "Oh, take ibuprofen. That's better for fevers." And I was like, "Okay." She went upstairs and I took the ibuprofen, and I was just sitting there. I told her that my leg was killing me, so I just wanted to stay with my leg up. In the morning, I woke up and I don't know what the hell happened, but my leg was the size of this. It was massive, red. I've made so many jokes of me having gout and diabetes because I'm Polynesian, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, "Oh God, here comes karma to beat the shit out of me for laughing," or something like that. And I Googled what's gout, and yeah, it said, get swollen, red, blah, blah. But felt weird because the photos that I saw from gout was from like knees or toes and things like that, not legs. So I was like, "Well, I must have the premium gout." um, my wife came down and she's like, "How you feeling?" And then I show her, and she was like, "That doesn't look good. You need to go to the doctors right now." And I was just like, "No, no, no. They're just gonna give me Panadol." And she was like, "Go to the doctors now." We literally lived across the White Cross. So across the street, I could barely walk. So I crossed the street with a lot of miracle, got to the White Cross, filled up my form, and I was lucky. The nurse straight away saw me, and then she looked at it, and she straight away got the doctor. And the doctor was like, "Hmm, um, you need to go to the hospital now." And I was just like, "Oh no, why?" And it's like, "We don't know what is that. That's not gout. You need to go to the hospital "No, can you drive?" And I was like, "No." Then we call an ambulance, and I was like, "No, no, no, what the hell?" And he's like, "My wife can take me." I like, "Okay, here's the letter. You give it when you get to the hospital to whoever's at the reception. An emergency." And I was like, "Okay, well." This was when it was the Queen's birthday, before the Queen's birthday. So it was a Sunday, and the Queen's birthday was a Monday. So I got there, and me and my wife were like, she was driving in silence, and I was just like moaning in pain. I was just like, oh, oh, oh. We got to the hospital, and couldn't walk. I legit couldn't walk. They literally pull up a wheelchair, and they wheeled me in, and the doctor saw what I had, and literally straight away pull up a bed, IV. And I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, well, what is wrong with me? The 5 minutes later, someone came, they took out some blood, and they left. And my wife was like, I need to go back, because she left the kids with a friend of hers. And I was just like, okay. So 5 hours after, the doctor comes over, and he tells me, you have a blood infection. We don't know what it is, but we need you to stay for the night. And I was like, oh, should be fine, I got some days. I got a day off tomorrow, so it'll be cool. Yeah, chill. But with my luck, and this is where it comes a little bit of ironic and funny situations. It was when the strike was happening for the nurses, so they put me on a ward where there were a lot of terminal patients, because they needed a lot. I needed a lot of. I didn't know I needed, but now I know that I needed a lot of attention, because they needed to be checking my temperature. They needed to be checking my, giving me medicine every 3 hours, and it was crazy. It was really crazy. But I was literally next to terminal patients, and I was listening to how they were dying, and I was just like, and I didn't have earphones, so I was like, oh God, no. Then my wife managed to come night. She brought me some earphones and a charger and change of clothes, and my leg was bigger, red, bigger. And this is where I find New Zealand's health system a little bit interesting. A friend of mine, he's from Mexico. He's a doctor in Mexico, full-on doctor. I think he was even a chief of staff or some stuff in Mexico. He couldn't, not even during COVID, he couldn't get his approval to be a doctor, because some technicality that this country has. So the only work that he could do related to his field was to be a phlebotomist. So that was his job. And ironically, he was working at the time at the hospital. He was the second person that came to get my blood. They were literally taking out blood every day. And he comes to me, and he looks at my leg, and he looks at me, and he's like, it's cellulitis. And I'm like, how do you know? And I was like, just by looking at it, bro. That thing is cellulitis. And you need to take amoxicillin or penicillin, some strong pain relief, and ibuprofen, because you're going to get into a really hardcore fever time. But you don't have to be in the hospital. You can, we can give you all the medicine and just deal with it in your house. And I was just like, oh, then probably they surely will tell me that tomorrow. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. So he takes out the blood. He leaves, and I spent a month in the hospital, because nobody could figure out what kind of blood infection I had. They changed so many doctors. They had 20 doctors. Some of them were really young, some of them were really old. None of them didn't know what to do. I was just literally in pain, because my leg was the same size. It was sometimes I would feel it got to a point that I couldn't get up even to go to the toilet because the leg was so massive that it just hurt to move it. So I literally was almost peeing in my bed. I was like really close to get a catheter. So they changed one of the doctors. She comes to me and we started chatting, and she looks at me and she's like, American? And I'm like, a little bit more south of the border. It's like, oh, no way. You guys are here. She laughed. And I was like, yeah, a long swim. She started cracking, and turns out she was from Cali. And I was like, this is my chance. Because obviously you cannot tell a doctor what to do. It's like if I go and tell a professional, hey, a friend of mine told me. So I didn't know how to approach doctors to tell them, hey, I think it might be cellulitis. So I told the nurse, and I was really honest with her while we were cracking up a few jokes, and I was like, Doc, are you sure you don't want to? I don't know. I know you probably don't want to give the Mexican the drugs, but I promise I'll just use it on me. You gotta help me out. And she started laughing. It's like I'm in a lot of pain. And she's like, don't worry, we'll try to up the pain, like the painkiller, blah blah. She's like, by the way, a friend of mine just we were doing a video call, blah blah. Because I didn't want to expose my friend. Well, not expose him, but I don't want to get him in trouble, be like, wait, who are you to be, I don't know, So I said, I was on a video call, a friend of mine mentioned cellulitis. Would that be something like that? And she was like, that's interesting. We'll do some blood tests. And then she calls the guy, which ironically was my friend, comes through, gets the blood out. And then she asked like for the right test. He straight away knew. He looked at me and he was like, and literally an hour later, she comes back and she's like, "Yeah, you got cellulitis infectiata," which is it's literally you get a bacteria in your blood vessels, and it gets your leg completely swollen, and then the way to heal it is like that. You take antibiotics and blah blah. The healing process is very painful because literally your leg from being this big goes into regular size, so all that extra skin shrinks. But when it shrinks, it feels like, to me, this is no joke, I had fevers all the time. I was having fevers all the time while I was there for a month. I lost like 20-30 kgs just because I was sweating and obviously eating healthy. So I was just like losing weight and sweating from all the fever. And yeah, I've had a dream of like literally I put my leg in Mexico. The way that we make chicharron is there's a hot pot, like gigantic, and we throw all the skin pork there and make chicharron. I literally felt like I put my leg into one of those, and I just felt the whole skin crackling. And I won't put photos because I don't want YouTube to monetize this video. It completely freaking got covered in blisters. It was just bad. And the blisters were popping everywhere. And it was just like, oh, oh, oh. But I was out of the hospital in like 2-3 days. Sadly, once you have cellulitis, after you heal yourself and all that stuff, you need to do a lot of changes with your life, which, as you can tell, I didn't make them, and I ended up in the hospital again in 2023. This time they already knew what I had, so I was just there for a week and I was out. The ironic part is that I had a little cut and I was walking barefoot on a gym trying to better myself. And yeah, that's how I got this time. I don't know. I didn't have any cuts. I don't know what happened, but it flared up again. The only good thing now is that I know how to prevent it. So when we went to the party while we were driving, I realized that I started to feel a little bit of fever, but I thought it was just flu symptoms, which I remember I told Busky, I was like, oh God, no, I'm gonna get flu. And I was like, ooh, get away from me, don't kiss me. And Uz was like, yeah, kiss me. um, so yeah, long story short, um, yeah, the whole thing flare up. The problem with that is that um, I had been feeling bad. This is my fault. And I'm doing this video for people that, especially guys, because whenever we're feeling bad, we completely ignore everything and we just say, you know what, I want to just provide to my family. And it's not fair on our kids because one moment to provide for a few seconds can take you away forever. Consequences of cellulitis, they can create blood clots that they can go directly. If you're not in good health, which I'm not, it can create a blood clot that can go directly to my heart and just give me a stroke or a heart attack. I can get another place cellulitis as well because it's running through my blood. It's not contagious. No one will get it, but it makes it really vulnerable. Vulnerable. So if you're going through any health journey, anything, and you feel something is not right, go check yourself straight away, guys. Now I have to take care of myself, so I know I'm not doing a challenge or a weight loss or blah blah. I'm just, like I said in the first video, I'm just getting myself back into the routine of doing, a bit of an exercise and eating healthy. I want to walk around a little more. I think walking would be something good, you know. Um, it's not that difficult, and it's for a guy my size. Walking is like full on cardio. So I need to take care of myself. Um, so if the videos slow down a little bit, it's because of that. I'm trying to get myself a little bit better, but yeah, it is what it is. Um, what else I can tell you guys? I'll show you my leg. Right now, it's getting a little bit better. Let me see. So I don't know if you can tell, but right now it's not that swollen, which is good. You can see how the skin is completely broken from how big it gets. So yeah, it's painful, guys. It's genuinely painful and genuinely hurts. And you do need to take care of yourself, guys. I'm gonna be traveling a little bit, which is another reason why I want to take care of myself just before the trip. It was something that I had a little bit planned, not a little bit planned. You'll see the videos. So I need to now really take care of myself. But like I said, guys, if you are going through anything, you know that could really hurt you, take care of yourself, guys. I know we might think we don't matter. Sometimes as men, we're like, I've got into the stupid thoughts of, what if nobody misses me? Fuck it. No one's gonna miss me. And it's the stupidest thing you can think. Part of my language, but it's literally the worst you can think. It's bad. It's terrible, but that you think about that. It's like, for example, with me, I know the guy from the bakery will miss me. A little bit of joke to uh, lighten the mood. I'm still gonna do my now with more than ever. I have to, concentrate with my health, but it's gonna take a little bit from baby steps. I think I'm on pregnancy test, pregnancy steps. I don't know how you call it, but it's just a bit more challenging now, but not impossible. Okay, guys. So, as I mentioned one more time, drink your water. I cheated myself. I found this method of cooling water and put it in a bottle that just, kind of like makes me think I'm drinking something else. That helps me a little bit too, because I don't know, I'm terrible with drinking water. Drink more water. I'm gonna do walks for the moment. I don't want to commit with any gym at the moment. Might join some gym in the future, or maybe some trainer, just to start progressing a little bit faster. Once my leg is 100%, you have no idea the pain that I'm right now. When the skin shrinks, just feels like everything is getting like corrugated, so it just feels like someone's like grabbing my skin and just going like, and if you touch it, it's just hot, 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 and it just hurts. That's why I'm wearing shorts, because I cannot wear pants while I have this. So yeah, guys, take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. If you're not going through this, but you know someone that it is, support them, guys. Really support them. I have no idea. People don't know. I know we say, this person, they just do it for the blah, blah, blah. That person, or he just drops it. You have no idea the battles that you're fighting. Everybody's going through the same battles. I've met people that have lost an insane amount of weight. I've met people that they were super fitness and now they're like, almost my size. It just comes and goes, guys. And it's not a sign of weakness. It's just something that everybody processes things differently. I'm pretty sure, when I was a professor, I had students that would learn, someone would pick up the English language like nothing, like, wow. And I was like, have you studied before? No. And then we had students that were really eager, really interested in the language, they were really asking questions and participating, and they couldn't make it. And it was just hard. It was just difficult. And they would hate the language and be like, why is this so hard? Why I cannot learn? So everybody's in a different pace, guys. So if you're going through that pace and you feel like you're not doing nothing, but you're already doing something, that's more than enough. But remember, you're not alone, and you can do it yourself, for yourself. Much love, carnales. Muchas gracias. Y nos vemos